Well, this video is a follow-up video to the arrest of VeryDarkMan. In the last 24 hours, we have seen a lot of developing stories, a lot of evidence are coming up on the internet space. GTB Bank has released the video footage, a CCTV video footage showing that VeryDarkMan was not actually arrested, within or inside GTB Bank as claimed earlier. You know what I mean? And having said that, I can tell you, from the information that is readily available on the internet space that truly VeryDarkMan was never arrested inside GTB Bank as was claimed earlier by many. VeryDarkMan's closest friend, Coco P, was one of the persons who was drawing that narrative, and many other persons equally picked it up that VeryDarkMan was detained inside GTB Bank for a few minutes and then was subsequently arrested. From what I have seen so far, I watched, some video clips of Coco P where he made that claim earlier, and later on when GTB Bank released that, video footage, he changed the narrative saying that they should show what happened upstairs and all of that, and again they said it was a CPAC, VeryDarkMan's friend that they kept behind the security doors for 5 minutes, that if they hold the guy that they're already holding, it means they're holding VeryDarkMan. So it means that his statements are not consistent. And at this point, I can tell you categorically that GTB Bank, has nothing to do with VeryDarkMan's arrest. Moreover, VeryDarkMan earlier before now had even made it public on the media that he was going to GTB Bank to make a report about the withdrawal that were being made from his mother's account. So I am saying this in all honesty because this channel, my channel is not known for fake news. I don't like fake news. You know what I mean? And by this reason, I strongly believe that Nigerians should be channeling their energy and their effort to the organization or to the institution that actually arrested VeryDarkMan, and that is EFCC. Yes. So, but before then, we have seen other developing stories, other public opinion. Sheyi Kuti is saying that VeryDarkMan's arrest, that a big gospel artist in Nigeria is being pointed out as being behind the arrest. I also watched some video clip from some other notable persons in Nigeria where somebody claimed that the search or the arrest warrant for VeryDarkMan says cyberbullying.
So right there and then, I don't even want to mention the name of anybody we can get the issue with. That men of God, so-called men or people of God, not only men, people. The people of God are the ones fighting VDM for speaking the truth.
That means there is a correlation between what Sheyi Kuti is saying and what this other lady was saying in that video. So if the arrest warrant says cyberbullying, you can link it up to the case between VeryDarkMan and Mercy Chinwo, because Mercy Chinwo in the past has accused VeryDarkMan of cyberbullying. Many of you will still remember how VeryDarkMan jumped into the case of Mercy Chinwo and his former record label boss. You know what I mean? So, but having said that, we must equally correlate that when VeryDarkMan was in China, the court gave an order, for an arrest of VeryDarkMan over the same case with Mercy Chinwo. But later on, VeryDarkMan's lawyer was able to secure another court order or court injunction to stop his arrest. You know what I mean? So this time, I don't know what has changed, why the arrest came so fast and the court issued an arrest warrant. I don't know. On the other hand, comedian D1 is going around saying that VeryDarkMan's arrest is as a result of the allegations, that he has leveled against VeryDarkMan. Re-echoing that again, remember in my last video, I pointed out that D1 has leveled a series of allegations against VeryDarkMan, which includes misappropriation of his NGO's money. He said he tampered with the NGO money, and he also accused him of, having affairs with underage girls. In fact, he tagged it molestations of young girls and all of that. So at this point, I sincerely believe that what Nigerian youth and the lovers of VeryDarkMan and his fans should be doing is to channel their energy to EFCC. EFCC is the one that arrested VeryDarkMan. You know what I mean? So at this point, it has become pertinent for EFCC to make an official statement. Because at this point, I believe it is now extremely pertinent that EFCC makes an official statement, detailing why VeryDarkMan was arrested, number one. Number two, explaining where and how VeryDarkMan was arrested. You know what I mean? This will totally, exonerate GTB Bank from this whole drama. Why I'm saying this is because my channel is not known for fake news, and I'm an advocate of due process, advocate of, good governance, using public funds for the public good of the people. I really advocate for justice and fairness. So for this reason, I don't want to keep, pushing the narrative that GTB Bank was responsible for VeryDarkMan's arrest, of which at this moment, the consequences of that narrative is being felt at GTB Bank. Many people are withdrawing their money, destroying their GTB ATM card and all of that. And it's still part of some of the under or misinformed cases we have had over time in Nigeria. Sometimes we don't channel our energy to the right quarters. You know what I mean? Our energy, you see, in the last video I made yesterday, my focus was more on EFCC. You know what I mean? Instead of GTB Bank. EFCC is a government institution, a government parastatals, which we expect to be very transparent, following due process in their procedures. You know what I mean? So we must not allow little things to distract us in this nation while fighting for good governance. Focus should be on EFCC. EFCC should do the needful and let the public know why they are holding VeryDarkMan and who is responsible, who is behind the arrest. It will be more clear instead of continue the attack on GTB Bank innocently. You know what I mean? So while we continue to wait for EFCC's official statement, I sincerely hope that VeryDarkMan is fine wherever he is, and I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Manada Pesensiam. God bless you.
Person they call VeryDarkMan.
Oh, definitely. It's been everywhere.
It's like this digital wildfire, right? So many different stories flying around, and honestly, trying to figure out what's actually going on, it feels almost impossible.
It really does.
So that's exactly what we want to do in this deep dive. We've got this specific audio source, 0505.mp3, and our mission really is to just dig into what it tells us about this whole very confusing situation.
Yeah, it's a classic example, isn't it? How information just gets so murky so fast online.
Totally.
Especially when something like this breaks. The sheer volume of speculation, all the unverified claims, it can be overwhelming. So what we want to try and do here is maybe filter some of that noise out and just concentrate on the insights we can actually pull from this audio, hoping to get, well, a clearer perspective.
Exactly. Because we've already seen, some key names popping up, some pretty strong claims being made already.
Right.
We heard those initial reports about an arrest maybe happening at